How's everybody doing today? Today I have made a beautiful baby book for one of my customers, and one of the things that she had trouble with is she wasn't sure, it's for her daughter, and she wasn't sure how to explain to her daughter how to use the baby book. First we'll look through it and see what it looks like. I've put a picture frame here. Just take that out and you put your picture right on that. Slide it back in. Fill out date, name, this is from and to whom. And then there's pockets. This is a paper bag mini album. Here's a little pocket. Flowers here at the top. Each one of these pages has a card, tag actually, that comes out that is for pictures or journaling. Lullaby, another tag, little bird right there. And here we are. This paper is graphic 45s, Lil Darlings, and I used all of the blue parts. And here's a card that came with it. She could put a picture on this side and just leave this side for decoration. Here's a little pocket down here. It's not real deep, but it's just perfect. If she puts pictures on the page, she can have that there. Here's an undercut, a little bag, has a card, journaling here or picture here or journaling, whatever she wants to do. It has its own tag that comes out the top. And right here is another little place for a tag or picture, whatever she wants to slide in. This I thought was so cute. I hope you can see it. I put a little cherub baby. Do you see it? Right in the window looking out. You see its little behind and its little face. I really love that. This is a resin frame, and I cut from the paper one of these little babies and put it behind it. Here's a little mini book that I made for her. It says It's a Boy, and it's just 3 pages with polka dots and a chevron, and then each of the pages has a card that comes out, print on one side, blank on the other, journaling or pictures. Let me see, I think I have a 3x5. A 3x5 picture should fit perfectly on that. It does. See how well 3x5 picture fits on that, or she can put the 3x5 picture on that side, whatever she'd like to do. That's from our vacation to Disney. And so each page has that. If you don't have a 3x5, you have 4x6. A lot of times when you make pictures, just like this one of the window, you have a lot of area on either side that can be trimmed down so that you can make your 4x6s, and even some here up at the top that may not be necessary, you can trim it down. So then there's this little book, has a baby's little face. It goes right here in that pocket. She can also put pictures on this page. A little card for journaling, again the pocket, a bow. And then this page opens up so you can create a vignette of pictures. Another card. And also, like I said, she can slip her own cards and things in there. Another undercut or small paper bag. This one I thought was really cute. I made it a double pocket, a pocket there and a pocket here. And that says, can you see it? It says Lil Darlings. So that's a paper line. It comes in blue and pink. And like I said, I used the pink. Here is a nice size pocket. I got a tag in it. Special delivery written at top. Pictures all in there. And this page also flips up. So you have this whole, if you can see it, this whole screen. And look at my little bugle boy. Isn't that the sweetest little baby? And up here at the top, if you can see it, it says Sent from Heaven. Stamped in a blue ink. Both of those just close back just like that. Open it again, and this is our last page. It has a pocket, and then this I made a little plastic bubble, and you see that I just put a couple of those little things you get sometimes laying on the tables at the baby showers and things. I just took some of those, a Bear bottle box, clip, and some little rattles, and I put them in there to give it a little, you know, something sweet, something different to look at. And there's the back of the book. It has Mama and Baby on the top. Now, this has a high gloss finish, and what I did for this is I used Triple Thick Diamond by Deco Art. It's the Brilliant Brush On Gloss, and it's triple thick. It works great, but you do have to do a little at a time. You want to dry it with your heat gun slightly, very gently, just go over it very easily and dry that. But it made a really nice protective finish, and there is the band on that side. Now, I'm going to have my little loved, and I like that. I like the sentiment with there. So, a few things that you're going to need when you get your memory book. If you're given a gift of a memory book, you're going to need a few things. The first thing you're going to need is you're going to need to be able to attach your pictures inside the book. There are a couple of things that you can use. You can use these. These right here are called picture corners, and I'm sure you've seen these before. These are transparent, so you're not going to be able to see them. But let me see if I pull one off and see if you can see it. If I pull it off. Can you see what that is? There you go. Can you see it? So it's a picture corner, or you can use these. And what these are actually what's called double-sided picture squares. You stick them. Let's see if I have a piece of paper. You stick them on the picture. Usually you would stick them in at least the four corners. Stick it on, press it down onto the paper in the book that you want it, and it stays there. So you have, I prefer one or the other of these. I like the mounting squares, and I like the picture corners. I like the clear picture corners. You can get them in multitude of colors, but I prefer the clear because you can see right through the picture. It doesn't mess up or interfere with whatever color you're using. But these are my two favorites. Now you can get what's called a snail gun, and those are the little guns that right across that run a line of dots or tape. You can get those, put those in the back. But like I said, I like these the best. They're less expensive than the snail guns. Snail guns have sometimes 9 yards for $7. They're quite expensive. Where these, I think you can get them for like anywhere from $3.50 to $5.99 a box, depending on where you get them from. This one is Craft Smart, and this one is Thermoweb. But you do want it to say always. Now, when you're working with pictures, you're going to want this to always say archival safe. You want it. Archival is the best for it to say archival, but you can also, it can also say photo safe. So you want them to be made. You don't want to go to the dollar store and get something, and also acid free, very important. Acid free, photo safe. This one may not say acid free, but you know that it's acid free because it says archival safe. So photo safe should also include acid free. Archival may or may not include that. You can also get what is called pop dots for your pictures, and these are just little dots that, or these are squares, not dots, that are tacky. I glue on both sides, and they lift a picture up on a page. If you, let me try two of these. So they've got a little, one side sticky, the other side has a paper on it. You have to take it off. Just take it off like that. Take it off. At least 3. On a circle, you want at least 3. On a square, you would want the 4 corners and possibly the center. So I have just put that down, and you can see that it has dimension. Now the only problem with this with pictures, and it does do a nice effect, but your picture is lifted up off the page. So you want to get those dots. If it's a large picture like this one, you're going to want to put several across the page and in the middle, because you want that picture to be nice and straight and firm on that page. But it gives it a very nice effect, and with that dimensional. So, and you can also get a tape that runs like this, that's double-sided, sticky on both sides. Be careful with these. They sell all kinds. Not all of them are photo safe. Not all of them are acid free. Not all of them are archival. So you want to look, but you would just take it off just like any other piece of tape, however much you need it. Sticky on both sides. Stick it on the picture. Stick the picture onto your book. The next thing that you're going to need when you write in your book, you're going to want to get archival, photo safe pens. Now, all of this you can get, some of it you can get from Target, but you can get it from Michael's, Hobby Lobby, any of your craft stores, and the pens you can get from any art store generally. This is a Martha Stewart. Now, Martha Stewart, on it, one of the things, this is a 0.3 millimeter on this end. Do you see? And this is a 1.2 on that end. It's slightly thicker. One thing you're looking for in pens, and this one has it a little larger. Do you see that AP? Right there, do you see that AP? That means that it is certified by the Art and Creative Material Institute. So your archival pens are going to have this on it, your good ones. And yes, you're going to spend a little bit of money. You can take your 40% off coupon, go to Hobby Lobby, and buy one. They can be anywhere from $3.99 to $6.99 each, depending, and I've even seen them as high as $8. Now, one of the things is you're not creating art with them or drawing with them, you're writing with them. So you're going to find the tip that's best for you. They also come in several colors. When you're just first starting out, I would suggest black. Here's a brown, black, blue. I don't know if you can see the brown. It's a dark brown. Also, there are several different sizes. And let me see. This one should be a 1. This is a 1. This is the size I like best when I'm writing. And I have a terrible handwriting. So, do you see how nice and thick that line is? Okay. Now, that's a 1. If you can see there, and it's hard to see. But, it'll say on here 1.0 millimeter, says it right there, 1.0 millimeter archival ink. That's what you're looking for, archival ink. You can find pens that say photo safe, but for inks, really you want archival. The reason you want archival is because you want the words to last. You want them to stay on the paper. Some photo safe inks, yes, they're safe for photos, but they're not going to stay on the paper. They're going to fade as time goes by. And you want these memory books to last hundreds of years. So this one is a 5. This is a number 5. Do you see how thin that is? That's a much narrower tip, and then I think I have a 1. And I have a 1. 1 is even smaller than the 5. Let me show you how these write. So this is the 5. And it writes like that. See how much thinner that is? Now, some people like that, especially when you're doing a lot of journaling. If you're doing some small journaling, you're going to want to do that. This one is the 1, which I said was even smaller, and it's almost like scratching the paper. It is really small. If you like that, that's fine, but I would say for a small writing, I would stick with the 5, and for the thicker writing, I would stick with the 1 millimeter. Now, there's a difference between 1 and 1 millimeter. A number 1 is not 1 millimeter. Let me see if it tells you what a number 1 is. And it doesn't. But in art pens, a number 1 is not the same as 1 millimeter. You'll see the numbers on the tops or the bottoms. 01. Can you see that 01 there? 01. And then this one says 05. Okay, that is different than a 1. And so you want to be sure. So it says a 5 is a 0.45 millimeter. So a 5 is like a half of a millimeter. And a 1 must be a 0.1 millimeter. And then, like I said, the best one I think for me is the 1 millimeter. So you're going to want a 1 millimeter and a half millimeter. I think those would probably do the best. You might find that you like one or the other. Start with black. You can get them in several different colors. I know Martha Stewart, hers is AP, and if you like Martha Stewart, go for it. I have always chosen True Art pens. I like them best. This is made by Creative Memories. I don't even know if Creative Memories is around anymore, but these were made for photo albums. They, in their explanation for them, they state that the ink is permanent and lasts for a long time. And so, and these are round tips. So if you trust the company, and they say that they are for photo albums and for writing on photos, if you trust the company, you can go ahead and try them. They are registered with AP. They have that registration. It's just on the box itself, does not say archival. So if you're new to this, definitely go to the art store, get the prints that say archival. And come back to my next video, and I will show you how to start putting the pictures in the book.